One of the things that the Conservatives and the Liberals both agree on is the amount of immigrants that are coming into the country. I mean, Pierre Poilievre's own shadow minister for immigration is saying that we're not admitting these people fast enough. So one of the things that we're seeing is that we need to take control of the immigration. We need to slow it down. We need to allow the country to settle down in order to have housing prices stabilize, to allow food prices to stabilize, and to bring down that interest rate so we can, when people come here, we're actually setting them up to succeed rather than to fail.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. I'm Mocha Bezirgan with Media Bezirgan, and today my guest is Mr. Kelly Lorencz. He is running for the Calgary Heritage District, and he is running for the PPC, People's Party of Canada. Mr. Lorencz, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Can you please introduce us yourself, your expertise, your experience, and why are you running for the PPC?
Absolutely. So my name is Kelly Lorencz. I'm a father of 5. I'm a grandfather of 2. A little bit about my background. So I'm a veteran. I'm ex-military. Spent most of my time with the Canadian Special Service Force, and then moved to Calgary here with the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry.
Yes.
It's hard to say that quite quickly. From there, I went to federal corrections. I spent almost 15 years in federal corrections, working maximum security down to minimum security. In there, I learned crisis negotiations. I learned how to deal with offenders. I understood crime, mental health, addiction, all the things related to the issues that's going on in Calgary right now and how to address that in Ottawa.
If the Calgary Heritage District sends you to Ottawa, what will you bring to the table that the other candidates, your opponents, cannot?
One of the things that I'm going to bring to Ottawa is the fact that we need to allow parents to be parents. Right now, with the gender ideologies that are going on right now, it's hard enough for a child to grow up as a child. We need to allow children to be that, that child, and allow parents to have that control over their children's lives, whether it's education, religion, until they actually grow up, become 18 years old, and be able to make that decision for themselves.
Calgary Heritage is a sort of a conservative stronghold. Why did you choose to run for this district? Are you confident that you could gain more votes than the previous PPC candidate did?
Well, you know what? We've had a pretty great campaign so far. We've had a lot of branding that's been put out into the riding, which has never been done before. We've reached out to a good number of constituents in the riding, and next week I look forward to it. Every house in the riding is going to receive a rack card from me, explaining my background, who I am, what I stand for, and honestly, I just want the people of Calgary Heritage to understand that I'm going to put up a fight for them in Ottawa, and I'm going to stand for family and community.
And my understanding is you're also going to hold the Conservative government to account.
Well, you know what? A lot of things that Pierre has been saying, especially lately, is that he won't allow World Economic Forum participants. He won't allow Canadian bank digital currency. He won't allow for digital ID. But we all know through this globalist agenda that the Trudeau government, Jagmeet Singh, are not going to hold the Conservatives to that. They want this. So who is going to go to Ottawa and actually hold the Conservatives accountable while working for them? That's the PPC, and that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to work with Pierre, but I will also hold him accountable to those promises that he made.
One of the hot issues is right now immigration. Just last year, 500,000 more newcomers came to Canada, and in places like Toronto, Vancouver, and even now a little bit in Calgary, rent is going up. People are living in rooms, in houses with other people in same room, and they're spending all their time working and they still can't make ends meet. 11 million people were recipients of the grocery rebate that were given to people who make less than minimum wage. The economy is not looking good. Interest rates, the central bank just increased it once again. How are you going to respond to all these terrible politics brought by the Trudeau Liberals? And do you see if the Conservatives are up to the challenge?
You know what? I think the Conservatives are up to the challenge, but I think there needs to be a louder voice in the House of Commons to address these issues. One of the things that the Conservatives and the Liberals both agree on is the amount of immigrants that are coming into the country. I mean, Pierre Poilievre's own shadow minister for immigration is saying that we're not admitting these people fast enough. So one of the things that we're seeing is that we need to take control of the immigration. We need to slow it down. We need to allow the country to settle down in order to have housing prices stabilize, to allow food prices to stabilize, and to bring down that interest rate so we can, when people come here, we're actually setting them up to succeed rather than to fail.
What has been the response from the people in Calgary Heritage so far? I understand you've been going door knocking. What has been the response so far?
You know what, it's been really, really positive. A lot of people, of course, are concerned about the Conservatives. I'm a Conservative myself, and they, more often than not, will be apprehensive until they hear about my background. They hear that I'm a veteran. They hear that I worked in corrections. Now they all of a sudden they want to hear what I have to say and what I can bring to the community. And a lot of people that everybody that I've talked to has agreed to what I have to offer.
Recently, a lot of people are going against the PPC, saying that it's time for them to disappear. It's time for them to stop talking about certain issues, that it looks like the Conservative majority is willing to settle with the sort of conservatism that Pierre Poilievre is bringing to the table. Do you plan on going away, or are you going to continue standing strong and challenging Conservatives where, for example, the most recent example, even Daniel Smith has caved into this one, where a gentleman with a straight pride t-shirt, took a picture with Pierre Poilievre and Daniel Smith, and both of them said they don't agree with it, and they both cave into the pressure from media. And I saw your tweet, you were calling them out on it. What other issues are you going to continue calling them out on it, even if you don't get elected?
I'm going to hold Conservatives accountable for being conservative. What values are they going to support as a Conservative? If you ask me my opinion, you've probably seen my tweets on this as well. I don't believe that any one party has the perfect solution. We need to start working together in order to make things great for Canada and Canadians again. So I need to get to Ottawa. I need to start holding them accountable on especially stuff like this. I mean, now all of a sudden it's wrong to be proud that you're straight. I mean, come on, we need to have some common sense. And as you see all around this riding right now, my signs all say we're the common sense option, and that's exactly what I want to bring to Ottawa. Again, we need to work with the Conservatives. We need to work with whomever is going to bring forward the best lives possible for all Canadians.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, you know what? I thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to the results of this election. I'm hoping that the people of Calgary Heritage will give me the trust for at least 2 years. It's 2 years till the next general election. And let me earn that trust and show you that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do.
Mr. Lorencz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.